can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us.
No spoilers.
I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute.
This is much better.
The reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future.
Oh, this is it, yeah.
It has never been easy. And our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground.
Aye, this is it.
Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground.
Yeah, I'm in with this lot.
There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable.
Aye, fuck.
I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone.
Okay,
But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
You're my son. The fact that you're called father and you're old, you're my son. No spoilers. Wait a minute. Remember, I might see somebody who looks like Shaun or something. It isn't. Maybe everybody here's Shaun. Ear examiner, I'll have that. I'll just steal all that while I'm here. Like Eddie Murphy in Trading Places. Aye. Oh, thanks a lot. Yeah, aye, that there. Aye. Aye.
It's stuck.
Who you speaking to? Requires key. This is nice in here. This is nice.
Can't pick this.
Right. I'll take that plate. A fucking key. What man might be in here? What's this?
Jammed.
Hi there. Shaun! You're no Shaun.
Shaun?
Huh? Yes, I'm Shaun.
Shaun. Is that really you?
Who are you?
Shaun, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
It's alright. That's me here now.
Yes.
What's going on?
It's me.
Father?
Your dad.
Father!
Yep,
I'm
shh.
here, Shaun.
Right. So, open the door.
Shaun, open the door.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here. Help me!
You know what? Get to fuck.
Who is Father? Where is he?
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Okay.
Shaun. S923, recall code Cirrus.
I see.
Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated.
Oh, your
It's a
father.
prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenge.
I'll lick it. It's clean.
Start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Thank you.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Shaun.
Yeah, but no spoilers, please. Answers asshole. Where's my son? Sarcastic. Help me understand. A wee bit of sarcasm.
God. All we're missing are the teacups and the white rabbit.
Ah, levity. Excellent. A sure sign that you adapt quickly to stressful environments.
Thank you.
But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been... It's good to finally meet you. After all this time. It's me.
Oh!
I am Shaun. I am your son.
I knew it! How?
How is that even possible?
What do you mean, how's it fucking possible, Jink?
Is a lot.
How'd you think? How'd you
In
think?
the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
Oh. You're stolen?
They stole you. Kidnapped you. Wasn't right.
I didn't say he was to say that.
Irrelevant. It was necessary. The Institute believed humanity's future depended on it. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
Right. You know, I think I get it, actually. Are you actually Shaun? Or are you like, right?
Human synths? Really?
Human-like synths. A great distinction. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics.
Mm-hmm.
The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA.
Of course.
Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone.
Yeah.
Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111.
Mm-hmm.
An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today.
Right.
I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Shaun. It's really you.
It really is.
It's really you.
I know you must have questions.
Right.
Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Well, have you got any... First of all, I've not had my breakfast. Have you got any Kellogg's cornflakes?
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
It's complicated.
Kellogg was... Let's just say he was more complex than you might think.
After what he's done, I'm surprised to hear you say that.
Well.
The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature.
Oh, so I'm getting judged now.
I will freely admit
That's what I get for trying to understand.
technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human life.
That's what I get.
He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge.
Right.
What else can I say to ease your mind?
What about your ma? What about... She got shot?
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage.
Aye. Where's the option to go like that? Aye. Collateral damage? Go, come on, work for God's sake.
Collateral damage? Is that all she was to you?
What would you have...
Failed.
The world is a dangerous place.
I should have put on my suit
Although
for my charisma.
It always was. It's just a bit more honest about it now. For many years, I never questioned who my parents were. I accepted my situation, and that was that. With old age comes regret. And asking what if more often. But what matters now is that you and I have a chance to begin again. What else can I say to ease your mind?
Here, hold on. See, Shaun. Will Shaun always look a bit like whatever my character is? Yes. Oh, magic.
So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above ground might think of us.
But director? Why you?
I was the most qualified for the position, obviously. I've lived my life within these walls, dedicated to science like every other member of the Institute. My hard work has paid off. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince you of that. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss.
Yeah, fucking time, ready to go.
But the Institute is on the verge of some important breakthroughs. Your presence would be appreciated as we...
I'm ready to go.
I've been a part of something amazing here. I've helped to build a life for myself and the people of the Institute. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that. Doesn't that intrigue you? Isn't that what...
Yes. Yes.
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know you've been through so much. I'm pleased to see it has not impaired your judgment. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure you've seen above ground, you would be more than a bit biased against us. There is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself, a chance to become acquainted with our procedures.
I'll do whatever it takes. It's worth it.
I am glad to hear that. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine.
Finally.
Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ao in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss.
Finally, with my son. Yes.